All right, to wrap up our texturing in Lumion, I'm going to just take a quick lap around the rest of the model and just add a bunch of like standard materials and just kind of do some quick adjustments, show you how fast you can just kind of whip through this thing and get some sort of thought put into really all of the materials that are showing up. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm gonna head back over here to the house and let's go to the front of the house where the sun is already hitting it. And you can see that we do have a handful of additional materials that need a little bit of help. So, we've got like our siding and our trim and the board and batten. So let's just go in here and click. And then I'm just gonna make this into a standard material. And, when in doubt, make it a standard material. We'll kill most of our gloss and reflectivity. And we get a normal map. I guess maybe this is kind of a new thing that normal maps are created automatically. And let's see, let me go with some weathering and some relief. Yeah, so let me turn my weathering off. I'm just trying to understand, like, when this normal map appears, because I didn't load it. I think I can remove it, and then you can click create normal map, and then you can adjust your relief. There you go. So I don't know, I was kind of goofing around with that material. I don't remember that being the case, that it automatically creates a normal map. I remember that you have to like actually click create normal map from color map, and then you get your relief like that, and then you can flip it like this. So where do you want those? And I think it needs to be flipped. And then always just a little bit of weathering. Not a lot. You can try different, weathering. It's like, even if it's siding, try the silver and just get a little bit of a different look. Just kind of makes those, makes all the relief kind of pop a little bit better. Same thing here, make it standard, and we'll kill the gloss reflectivity, and we'll add, let's see, let's just add, so on this one, yeah, we really don't have a normal map. There's no texture, so you can't create it. So we'll just add some weathering, and let's use silver. Yeah, that's kind of nice, like just to get something going on in the corners there. So, sorry, less weathering like that. Gives it just a little more contrast. And check out like these kind of like sconce lights over here. I'll click this. Let's head over to outdoor glass, and let's see what we've got in the way of pure glass, like maybe like these kind of amber looking lights. Those are kind of cool. And then I'll click here, and we'll head over to various. Here we have like our aged metal collection and like aged bronze. That's probably, yeah, that's a cool look. Let's just go with that. And we'll colorize it, and let's colorize it black. I don't want it to like stand out a ton, but I mean, that's kind of a cool look like that. Maybe a little less weathering on this. Yeah, I want it to be really kind of dark like that. Very cool. Like check that out. I mean, those materials that come in just automatically, like you just kind of click and tweak a few things, and you're off and running. All right. Same thing here. This one was the same material, so that's all set up. And then we have like our trim material. I'll make it standard. Do the exact same thing where we, let me go back here, imported material. And this one, we're gonna make it standard. Okay, and we're gonna knock down, really I wanna knock down gloss and reflectivity, although this paint could have just a little bit more, just a little bit of weathering. We can try, like plastic is kind of nice too. The plastic weathering is just kind of a white, just a little bit of like an imperfection. And if you just do a little bit of it, it usually looks pretty cool. All right, so that looks good. And so I'm just kind of hovering around, checking, making sure that like I've got, all these different materials have been assigned. Here, I'll just click, and you can try to find a Lumion shingle. That can be, it's a possibility. What is it? Outdoor roofing. And then the shingles in here are not great in my opinion. And also there are times where they don't quite line up. See how they didn't turn the corner properly? So I usually just go with I make it, let's see, I go out here, I make it a standard material so that I'm using the mapping that I already have. I definitely don't want any gloss and reflectivity. And let's see, I'm gonna remove the normal map. We'll create a normal map and take a look here, and you can see that we've got a fair amount of relief, maybe some weathering, maybe some colorization, make it dark. Like a darker roof is probably going to be nicer like that. All right, so that's cool. And yeah, no gloss, no reflectivity. So, we're just kind of scooting around and dialing up all of these different textures. Let's see, what do we have? Here's our asphalt. So this is another one that's great when it comes to displacement. We'll go to outdoor asphalt. On the second page, we do have some displacement textures. Like, you get down close to that one, and either one of these really looks pretty good. So I like the one that's just worn a little bit because nothing's ever so perfect. All right, and then over here, the concrete can be a little bit challenging, and I have a feeling that like later on in this process, I'm gonna go back into SketchUp and I'm gonna try and add some score lines or some control joints and this and that on the concrete, some saw lines. For now though, I'm just gonna go with like outdoor concrete. And let's see what we've got. This one I think is pretty good. Yeah, it's decent concrete material. If I double click on it, I can edit it, and we can kind of tweak that map scale so it's not so big, and add a little bit of weathering. And also, like, you want to round these edges. Like, look at those edges, and then just you can see how it kind of rounds it out. And then same thing here, outdoor concrete. And on this one, I love to use the displacement concrete, but yeah, these plates, they don't really, like, a lot of these materials just don't really do what I want them to do. Let's see, that's going to be too polished, and I might have to go back with like something like this, and I can just add a little bit of colorization to it, like that. And that way it just has like a different tone than the sidewalk, because the city or whoever pours the street and the sidewalk, and then the driveway is kind of a different pour, but I don't know how that's actually going to work out. It's not the focus of our image. So this guy here, we're going to go maybe just a little bit of colorization just to make it not so different. All right, so that's in good shape. So we're just kind of zipping around, getting a few of these textures dialed up. So here we've got just this fence. I think I just want to add some weathering to it, and go with wood this time and dial that weathering back down. It just breaks up that computer look like that. All right, so now let's just take a look out back, and everything is really coming together. I don't know, do we have like a different material for this? Yeah, so I'll just go standard. So that's for like the frames of the windows, and those I am going to leave like a bit of gloss and reflectivity, and weathering. I suppose you could add some plastic weathering to them just to give a little bit of more punch like that. And just scooting around the house, make sure we got everything doing what we want it to do. All right, in good shape. Critical last step, click Save Changes there, and yeah, model's in good shape. If you like this video, click the BD button to subscribe to our channel. Every week we post new videos covering SketchUp, layout, Lumion, and our Condoc Tools extension. If you are a professional architect or interior designer, you're going to love our tutorials.